It's going to be tough to get through this reflection if people don't stop calling me. But it was a lovely call. Somebody that wanted to experience my joy, my positive vibrations. Made me promise to bring a hug, but where I got cut off, I think, was talking about the disaster that is these gentlemen that have had an entanglement with the person that I'm dating that currently lives in my home, coming for me, and I don't back down easy. And I had a good chat with a buddy of mine. I was helping him with his website. I've done 3 websites this summer. Like, people just reaching out to me, just help, and I'm like, sure, come through, we get it sorted out. And I like being a person called on for skills and insightful creativity, and my ability to flow in those spaces where others are extremely frustrated. I find myself comfortable. Let me sort this out. We can make this happen. I don't monetize it very well, but it is definitely a skill set I should certify as something I'm capable of. The AI agents, like, I've been building those for a long time in a combination of many tools to make businesses run smoother. I have some proposals out for people that never really latched on to them, but certainly an application is due for my own businesses and my own dreams and goals and projects that I see, for the next 20 years being integral to the sustainability of humanity. That's how I feel about that. But it's become evident to me that my home life has become a drag, and synchronicity screaming right now. The phone call I had, I was explaining, there's this Japanese girl that talks about decluttering your home, and the things that spark joy you should honor and keep and treat well and store efficiently, and the things that don't spark joy should be removed, like, immediately. And finding people in and out of my home that spark joy and some that don't, I need to do that declutter. Like, that's what I'm feeling right now. It's screaming at me how I spend 90% of my time at home in bed. And that's scary, because I used to spend 99% of my time away from home. And as I'm deeper and deeper in this relationship, I find myself gravitating to home to, quell the chaos there, or have some peace at home before the chaos returns, which is my partner and all of the things attached to her. And I also reflected recently on who you want to go through challenges with, because every relationship is an exceptional challenge that no matter how you slice it, everyone is going to bring you some. And if you don't accept challenge, then you'll never grow. And I would like to grow in love. I would like to grow in legacy. I would like to have progeny, and that's another big ticket item on my ability to maintain a relationship, is the plausibility of procreation still evident. And I gotta say, it ain't. It just ain't. Lady is 48. Oh no, this is not a good thing. King and Dufferin is shut all the way down. Okay. At home in in Parkdale, which sparks joy for me in all its shapes and colors, and I love the PK. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to get to is lining up the synchronicities and having my mind clear again to work on the projects that I care about, to apply the skills that I have to something that has real meaning for me. Like, my days are feeling quite meaningless recently, and that's just super unfortunate because, you know, my friends that have reached out around my birthday, you know, put it in my face, like, you know, you are not where you come from. You can create a life outside of the expectations of people that come from where we come from. And, you know, that's kind of an awesome feeling to have friends recognize that, you know, coming from these streets, a lot of people didn't make it out, and a few more people made it out not well, and a few more people have, you know, just found their way forward. But the level of gratitude that my friends share with me about the inspiring path that I've you know, played out in social media. Like, you know, Facebook came out basically around the same time that I started my business, and the whole story exists there. Like, the whole social capital that I've developed, Facebook has that data, which is spooky in a way, but it's also wonderful in a way to know that, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, my book, if I ever choose to write it, can be sourced from my social media footprints, and, you know, who I've become since I became an entrepreneur is all there. And before that, I've written those chapters already, and that's another challenge, is finishing the first of 13 books that I have planned. And the one I'm looking most forward to is Shoot the Elephant. Yes. You know, the elephant in the room? Bah! Like, down that elephant immediately. Let's not operate outside of authenticity for any reason at all. There's just too much going on. There's too much hurt. There's too much distraction. There's too much division. There's too much that goes unsaid for the fear of retribution or reactions that do not spark joy. And yeah, full circle once again, sparking joy. How do I spark joy in my life? It's being the most authentic person I could be. And, you know, something wonderful my partner shared with me is that she really honors the fact that I speak from my heart, and I shoot from the hip. That it's uncanny that my filter is non-existent while my character remains kind. You know, I cuss, I go on, but it's clear to people that are observing that I am a good person. You know, as much as some people like to say I lack empathy, I know it's the fragility of others that require or request empathy. And I just see it as an anti-fragility. You know, there's a lot of moving parts to this universe, and I'm ready for all of them all the time. I'm without traction currently, but looking for it. You know, I'm doing the tune-up by doing this reflection, and I will listen back to it after I've done my boats for the day. But it's my desire to get back to